Welcome to the show, Jimmy and Bernadette. So, you know, we're going to start and just say, gosh, it's so nice to have you. What have you guys been up to? I'm going to start with you, Bernadette.
I've been doing so many different things. I've written a book.
You wrote this book? I read this book. This is a great relationship book. You gave me 2 of them. Thank you. This is situations, relationships, the good, the bad, and the ugly.
That's
right.
Advice. That's right.
Yeah.
That's nice. So I had to write that book.
Okay.
Yeah, because, you know, I'm like the person that everybody goes to if they want advice and everything. You know, we all have girlfriends like that, right? And I'm it. So I've heard a lot of different stories, and I heard them all over the country. So, you know, I said, well, maybe it's time for me to, you know, maybe write some things down, because I had one girlfriend who didn't get it. She just wouldn't get it, and she kept calling me like 3 in the morning. Yeah. I said, I'm not going to do this. I'm going to write you a little letter. Okay, put some stuff down and you put it on your refrigerator, okay? And in the middle of the night, if you get hungry, go to your refrigerator, and if that doesn't work, open it and eat something like we all do.
What about you, Jim?
Well, I had to make a rush in here today because I'm actually, as we speak right now, in Neenah, Wisconsin. That's right. That's Appleton, Wisconsin. I'm at the Comedy Quarter. And then next month on the 21st and 22nd, I'll be at the Wits Inn in the lovely Denver, Colorado, doing some stand-up, so check me out.
So you're playing the road. Good for you.
I've been on the road since 1967.
Oh, wow. That's when I was born. Okay.
Yeah, 1967, I've been on the road. Started at Chitlin Circuit, house MC at the Apollo, worked the Regal Theater in Chicago, Uptown in Philly, 20 grand, worked the Motown Review. Other than that, I haven't done anything. But check me out in Neenah, Wisconsin. I'll be there.
Bernadette, I have to say, boys across America, guys across America loved you. Yes. When did you realize, okay, I am kind of like becoming a sex symbol?
You were the sex symbol, yes.
You were like the ultimate girlfriend. Like, everyone just wanted to be your guy.
But I didn't really realize that doing the show.
You didn't?
No, I got letters, but the letters were controlled. So I didn't get all those letters.
They filtered,
yeah,
right. Okay.
Which is okay.
Which is better for you, right?
Right. And so when I wrote this book and traveled the whole country, I realized then.
How many people had a crush on you?
Yeah.
I pushed it. You know, because I had done The Fall Guy with Heather Thomas, and Heather Thomas and Farrah Fawcett had big posters out. And somebody said, whenever I go on the road, they always talk about Bernadette, how attractive she is. And I said, Bern, you got to get some posters out there.
And I listened to him, and I have a poster out.
I understand that the 2 of you have the same backgrounds as the characters that you played. Is that true?
Absolutely.
You did?
Yes. I came from the projects in Brooklyn, New York. Yeah. So when they casted me, I really knew what I was doing with that character, okay? Yeah. Because I was from the projects, and then after that, I graduated, when Good Times was over, I went to Juilliard, and so therefore I studied, you know, really studied acting.
Yeah. And then Jimmy.
I'm from the Melrose Projects, and we're from the South Bronx. Argumentatively, they'll argue Bed-Stuy, South Bronx, which is the worst ghetto, but I'm from one of the top 2 worst ghettos.
Okay, so I think everybody remembers your catchphrase on the show, which was dynamite. And this has become a part of TV history. Did they write dynamite?
I'm going to tell a quick story because the talent girl said, hurry up with it. And it's not an attractive story. It's actually a terrible story. John Rich, who is our director, who I love John Rich, and you guys have Florence Henderson on. Yes. He directed her. He directed All in the Family, Honeymoons, everything. Veteran guy. I did a small one in rehearsal. He said, that's it, man. And I said, that's what? He says, do that dynamite thing. Yeah. I'm going to show you how to do it. And he got up and he did it in front of the camera guys who hated him. And I said, I'm just going to stand there and do this. He says, this thing, and I hate to say, this thing is a money maker. This will kill. And I went, come on now, John. People are not stupid enough to buy into something like that. He said, yes, they are.
Can I ask you, can you do it now?
I retired it. Now, hold on. I just want to say, Norman Lear, who was our guy, saw it, and he said, what the hell is that? And he said, Norman, this is going to be a great thing for the show. It's going to be a great catchphrase. And he said, no, it's not in. And Norman fought it to the death. And then actually hated it as it went on.
Okay, but do it.
I retired it, and it's in the Smithsonian.
You're not going to bring it from the Smithsonian?
I'm not letting you go.
I let Bernadette do it. Bernadette.
You know what? I always have to pick up your slack. Listen. Dynamite.
Hey, this is Southside Steve, and this is Southside Steve TV, and this is Jimmie Walker Dynamite.
Always fun to be remembered for anything.
Yes.
In this day and time when you're forgotten immediately through the YouTube and through MySpace, it goes quickly. So it's always fun being here in the lovely Atlanta, Georgia. Keep in mind, I'll be coming to a town near you. So come see me wherever I may be. I'm not my man, whoever he may be, Mr. T, but I'm here.
You were like a nice wrestler for a second there. That was good.
Yeah, I felt like I was Mr. T. I'll be there.
Just right at the camera. That's what he's saying.
Be there.
He'll come.
This is it. We're on our way.
And you're clean, man.
Clean. I'm one of the last of the clean guys left. There's none.
And we're not talking about drugs. We're talking about your
I'm clean
humor.
with that too. I'm clean with that too.
Did you ever have a problem with it?
No, not at all. Because I came from an era, Richard Pryor, and then later on
Coke.
Yeah, later on Sam Kinison and those kind of guys.
Everything.
Yeah, everything that you could possibly imagine. So from that standpoint, if I drank or or did drugs, I would be long gone dead after 40-something years of doing this ridiculous business. So you got to learn to stay away from that. That is really a bad thing to do. I don't like to get on my high horse. I'm not the Jonas Brothers.
You want me to ride on the back? Hold on the back.
I'm not the Jonas Brothers, but watch yourself.
And I got to tell you, man, huge fan. Everybody knows you from Good Times, but you did so much more than that. You were running. Everybody even says that you saved Jay Leno. And,
well,
I
don't like to take credit for that. Jay was very talented.
And Letterman.
Letterman, I think Letterman is a different bag. He was in another kind of state of mind. And when things didn't go well for Dave, he really...
he's bitter.
He's not bitter. He's
liberal.
I think people will be surprised of how insecure Dave Letterman is, even at this stage of his career, and he shouldn't be. I mean, if I'm at that level, I'm picking up Cosmopolitan magazine, I'm looking at that model, and I say, "Bring her in here. She's with me."
Speaking of, were you getting yours off the set of Good Times?
Oh no. I was at an era when we had Richard Pryor, we had Sam Kinison, we had Steve Martin, Robin Williams, all those guys, and so the women were always, going with, and even the great Gabe Kaplan and Freddie Prinze. Not Freddie Prinze Jr., who I don't know who this guy is, because he's nothing like his dad.
Did you see it coming with Freddie? I mean, the guy took himself out, and what a talented guy.
Without a doubt. Freddie, I think, one of the most talented cats around in personality. But again, is a guy who needed a lot of love. Had a big problem, and I always tell this story with John Travolta.
Hold on, that's my buddy, man.
John Travolta.
I call him JT. Are you that tight with him?
John Travolta, people don't realize, he's had three careers. He had the Welcome Back Carter thing. Mm-hmm. He had the dancing thing. And
Staying Alive, Saturday Night Fever, and Urban Cowboy.
Whatever. And now he has this career, what's happening now. And so at that time, Freddie was rivaling John Travolta.
Right.
They were, both.
You're trying to say it's JT's fault that Freddie's dead?
Let me say this.
No!
Freddie's dead. Curtis Mayfield.
I just have one comment to make. There were 4 phases to the John Travolta.
Larry Wax bringing in the 4th phase.
He did gay porn for it.
Cut. He did not.
I didn't say that, John.
Cut, John.
I don't say that.
He didn't say it, and I didn't say it.
I didn't say that.
Larry
John.
Wax said that.
Yeah, but anyway,
I love him. I'm going to do one thing for you. Why you touch my hair? We're very hot on it.
Look, very good.
You like that?
You know who does it the best one besides you? Is Dice Clay.
Dice Clay and me do the best
Dice
John
Clay,
Travolta.
Dice Clay
Love you,
and
John.
Do the best Travolta. But anyway, we're wrapping up. But I just wanted to do this story. Let me just finish this. It's fabulous. They were very upset with Travolta, Freddie and his good friend Alan Bursey. They went to John Travolta's house with a high-powered bow and arrow.
What?
Knocked on his door and shot arrows in the door because they were waiting for Travolta to come out.
Dude, you're kidding me.
I kid you not. They were trying to get him, and luckily, I'm sure to this day, Travolta says, "Hey, what happened? What's these arrows in my door?" Anyway, we're finished. We gotta go.
Hey, real quick. I was a skinny kid. You made skinny cool. Give me one, please, God. Give me one dynamite.
I'm gonna save it for the next time when they come on the show. Get over there.
Southside Steve TV, and there is no dynamite. Yeah, come on.
Personal story segment tonight. May remember Jimmie J.J. Walker, who hit it big in the TV sitcom Good Times. Mr. Walker currently has a book out called Dynamite. his signature phrase. We spoke a few days ago. In studying your rise from a poor kid, all right, to national TV, Good Times, it was interesting to see that you made it on your own. You're an icon. Everybody knows Good Times.
You should know how to greet a girl. Well, you know, I'm known as the Sultan of Smooth.
And you separate then from many, many African Americans who support Barack Obama. You're not a real big supporter of his. How did that happen?
Barack Obama is more like a Tony Roberts type of guy. You feel real good and you're happy and everything, and then you go home and you realize there's a foreclosure sign on your door, and you just go, wait a minute, I just had this great meeting with this guy. He made me feel real good. And I don't think he's a bad guy. I don't think he's a good guy for the job we have to do.
When you say that, other African Americans are going to go, hey, come on.
You just can't blindly vote for somebody just because they are your. Sometimes even a brother, you have to let him go, and he's not doing the gig.
Did you vote for him first time around?
I never voted for him.
Now, when African Americans say to you, hey, you're betraying your race, or because you know there's a lot of racial stuff around President Obama, you say?
I say, let's look at the job that he's done. And I go back to the old Reagan slogan, you're doing better now than you were 4 years ago.
So you just keep it policy?
I keep it policy.
Right.
I just think that he is not the guy.
Okay. Jay Leno, I've been on the program a dozen times, so I don't really know Jay, but he's been respectful to me, nice to me.
He's a great guy.
He does a fine program. But you feel that he's changed a bit.
He's changed. He's let us down. We all started literally within the last, same 5-year period.
President said 30 million people are not out of work. 30 million people are just in between jobs. That's like a lifeguard saying to a guy that's drowning, you're not drowning, you're just in between land.
So you came up with Leno.
Yeah, and then Jay worked for me as a writer, along with David Letterman and many others, Louis Anderson, a lot of other people.
Where were you when he was writing for you?
I was on our show when we were in Los Angeles.
Okay, so they were writing one-liners for you.
Criminals now have their own TV show. America's Most Wanted. Criminals are watching themselves every week and like, look, there's Bubba.
So how did Leno change?
He changed in terms of bringing on new talent, which is that spot, which is Johnny Carson, Jack Paar, Steve Allen. He has not broken in his 20-something years on the air. He has not broken one major act.
But, it's a different time now, and the ratings pressure is so intense that a lot of times...
Jay is number one. Jay can do whatever he wants.
See, if Bon Jovi, you ride an Air Force One with the president. That's pretty cool. Joe Biden, he had to drive up in a van with the guys who sang Who Let the Dogs Out.
So if you can tell me that 10 minutes a week is going to destroy your whole career, I'm not buying that. All I say to Jay Leno is, do what was done for you. That's all. And Jay used to come on every 5 to 6 weeks on the Letterman show. I got him on the Merv Griffin show 1 billion times, and that's what happens. It doesn't hurt you if you bring on a new guy because people want to see somebody new. And you have talent people, and you have all that kind of stuff. You pick out your people that you like. When Johnny Carson was the host, we didn't know Johnny Carson. He was a high, exalted Vatican leader. But when Jay Leno took over, it was one of us. And we said, okay, our guy is in, yay! And it would be like Bill Clinton getting in and closing the door to James Carville.
Okay.
That's the way we felt.
The author of Dynamite, Good Times, Bad Times, Our Times, a memoir. Jimmy, thanks for coming.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.